In last class, while explaining chemical reactions and equations, we have already discussed about combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, and we left with only one type of other reaction called redox reactions. In order to explain what exactly redox reactions are, let me consider one simple displacement reaction. Then, what is this metal called? Zinc. So, zinc when treated with or reacts with dilute. What is H2SO4?
Sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid. As we already know, zinc has ability to displace hydrogen from sulfuric acid to form corresponding
zinc sulfate
with the liberation of which gas? Hydrogen gas. So as we already know, this is a simple displacement reaction. Let me explain how exactly oxidation and reduction takes place in this particular reduction. So in case of zinc, what is the oxidation state of zinc? What is the oxidation state of zinc? Zero. We know that H2SO4 is of the form H plus SO4 2. Then what is the oxidation state of hydrogen? It is plus 1. We know that zinc sulfate, it is in the form of Zn2 plus and SO4 2 minus. In zinc sulfate, what is the oxidation state of zinc?
2
plus 2. In product, we have hydrogen. In hydrogen, oxidation state of hydrogen is what? 0. So you can observe over here, before the reaction, the oxidation state of zinc is 0. After the reaction, oxidation state of zinc is plus 2. Before the reaction, the oxidation state of hydrogen is
plus 1.
After the reaction, oxidation state of hydrogen is 0. So if you observe all these factors, I can conclude that zinc has lost or zinc has donated how many electrons? 2 electrons to form corresponding Zn2 plus. So here, it is very easy to understand that zinc has donated how many electrons?
2 electrons.
The process of losing electron is called as what?
Oxidation.
Then oxidation is just nothing but the process which involves the loss of
electrons.
The process which involves the loss of
electrons
is called as
oxidation.
So in this particular reaction, which one undergoes oxidation?
Zinc.
Which one undergoes oxidation?
Zinc
undergoes
oxidation.
Let me consider hydrogen. Before the reaction, we know that hydrogen is in the form of H plus. This H plus will accept how many electron? 1 electron to form corresponding hydrogen gas. But here reaction is balanced or not balanced? Unbalanced. In order to balance the reaction, I can write 2H plus. When accepts how many electron?
2 electrons.
Okay, which forms which gas?
Hydrogen
gas. So here you are observing there is a process which involves the addition of
2 electrons.
Electron. The process which involves the addition of electron is called as
reduction.
If oxidation refers to the loss of electron, then reduction refers to
gain of electrons.
Perfect, sir. It's gain of electrons. So the above displacement reaction, whatever I'm explaining, includes both oxidation as well as reduction. So here zinc undergoes oxidation to form corresponding Zn2 plus, whereas H plus from H2SO4 undergoes reduction to form corresponding H2. So since this reaction involves both oxidation as well as reduction, this reaction can be termed as an example of
redox reaction.
Redox reaction. This is what we are trying to explain. So in this class, we are going to explain about redox reactions. Then what are redox reactions? These are the chemical reactions which involves both reduction as well as oxidation as well as reduction. By definition, we know that oxidation involves
loss of electrons.
Again, reduction involves
gain of electrons.
Yeah. So before explaining redox reactions, let us discuss few MCQs, multiple choice question. Later we can go with that one. Can anybody? First question. Yes, sir.
First one. Which of the following is not a physical change?
So, in first question, they are asking that which one of the following is not a physical change. So, while explaining chemical reactions as well as definition, we come across two things: physical changes as well as chemical changes. So, just by looking at the example only, you can identify which of the following is a physical change and which of the following is chemical change. First one.
Option A. Boiling of water to give water vapor.
Okay, boiling of water to give water vapor. So before boiling, what is the physical state of water? After boiling, we know that water gets converted into water vapor. In water vapor, the physical state is,
Gas.
so here it is liquid to,
Gas.
therefore it's a physical change or chemical change.
Physical change.
So option A is physical change. Option B,
Melting of ice to give water.
melting of ice to give water. Before melting, ice is in the form of
Solid.
solid. After melting, again the same thing is in the form of,
Liquid.
it is physical or chemical?
Physical.
Physical change. Option C,
Dissolution of salt in water.
dissolution of salt in water. We know that salt is in solid state. When it is added into the water, it gets dissolved to form corresponding solution. Here also it is an example of physical change. Option D.
Combustion of liquefied petroleum gas (LPG).
Okay, they are given combustion of liquefied petroleum gas. Sit down, sir. So, combustion of liquefied petroleum gas is an example of what? So, we discussed that option A, option B, option C. All three are physical changes, whereas combustion is an example of
Chemical.
chemical change. Now, let me consider what exactly going to happen in case of combustion of liquid petroleum gas. Chemically, liquid petroleum gas is a mixture of propane as well as butane.
Butane.
Propane.
Sir.
So, what is the molecular formula of propane? C3.
H8.
C3.
H8.
H8. We know that by definition, combustion is nothing but reaction of some organic compound with what?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. When propane reacts with O2, it undergoes combustion in such a way that, so I need to write the product. We know that during any combustion reaction, what we are going to expect is carbon dioxide as well as, come on sir, carbon dioxide, and now you want me to balance the reaction, correct? So high school only they are teaching different methods. Let me go with the simple one. How many carbon atoms are there? 3. So it is 3 carbon dioxide. Carbon is balanced. How many hydrogen atoms are there? 8. So here already how many hydrogens are there? How to make it as 8? 4. 4 to the 8. So carbon is balanced. Hydrogen is also balanced. We left with oxygen. How many oxygens are present? 3 to the 6. 6 plus 4. 10 oxygens are present in the product side. In reactant side, there are 2 oxygen atoms. If I multiply by 5, so we will get 10. Now this reaction is balanced. So this is a combustion reaction and this is physical change or chemical change. Therefore, for question number 1, it is option D. Any doubts? Yes, sir. Second one.
The following reactions are example of.
Yes, sir. Second one.
The following reactions are example of.
The following reaction is an example of. Yes, sir. In the given one, the reaction is
4NH3
4 ammonia. Yeah, 4NH3
plus 5O2
plus 5O2
plus 4NO
plus
results in
gives
rise to 4
NO plus
plus 6H2O.
plus 6.
H2O.
Okay, plus 6H2. They are given on simple reaction, whereas ammonia combines with oxygen to give rise to 4NO as well as 6H2 as a product. Just by looking at the reaction, it is easy to identify that ammonia combines with oxygen to give this. Here you can identify that hydrogen is replaced by oxygen. So this reaction involves the loss of hydrogen as well as this reaction involves the gain of oxygen. This one can also be given as a definition for oxidation as well as reduction. We know that reduction is something which involves
Gain of electron.
gain of.
Electrons.
So gain of electron. Along with this is something which involves the addition of hydrogen. This is something which involves the removal or the loss of oxygen. Same way, if I try to define oxidation, we know that oxidation involves loss of
Electrons.
as well as loss of hydrogen as well as gain of.
Oxygen.
So this reaction involves loss of hydrogen as well as gain of oxygen. Therefore, this undergoes oxidation. Correct? Continue, sir.
First one, displacement reaction.
So they are telling it's a displacement reaction. Yes, you can easily identify that hydrogen is displaced by oxygen. Next.
Second one, combination reaction.
Combination reaction. No, it is not type of combination. Next.
Third one, redox reaction.
It just now I explained this involves both reduction and oxidation.
Oxidation.
Therefore, this is an example of redox reaction. Last one.
Fourth one, neutralization reaction.
So it cannot be a neutralization reaction. Therefore, it is option C, which involves both displacement as well as redox. Clear? Thank you, sir. Next one. Which of the following statement about the given reactions are correct? Sir, that reaction.
3Fe
Okay, 3Fe, that is 3 iron.
4H2O
When reacts with 4H2O,
plus we will give
gives rise to,
Fe3
upon
O4
reaction, it will end up with Fe3
O4
O4 plus
4H2.
4 hydrogen gas gets liberated. So they have given a simple reaction. Yeah. Question is, which of the following statement about the given reactions are correct? So here you can identify. So here iron is there, in which the oxidation state of iron is said to be what? 0. So in the product side, you can expect that iron has already combined with oxygen. This is the reaction where iron is getting added with what? Oxygen. Since it involves the addition of oxygen, as well as you can observe the change in oxidation state of the iron also. So here there is Fe3O4. Chemically, Fe3O4 can be written in different form like this. So it is just nothing but it involves Fe2O3 as well as FeO. In Fe2O3, the oxidation state of iron is +3. In FeO, the oxidation state of iron is what? +2. From this, it is very clear that iron has undergoing what? Oxidation. So here hydrogen is there, as we already discussed in this particular example. The same way hydrogen is in its +1 oxidation state. In product, the oxidation state of hydrogen is what? 0. So here iron is undergoing oxidation. This H plus is undergoing reduction. Therefore, this is the reaction which is just nothing but an example of redox reactions. Yes, sir. Options.
Option 1. Iron metal is getting oxidized.
Iron metal is getting
Oxidized.
Yes, iron metal is getting oxidized to form corresponding Fe3O4. That is correct. Next one.
Water is getting reduced.
Water is getting
Reduced.
That is true. That H plus of the water is getting reduced to hydrogen
H2.
gas. That is also true. Next.
Water is acting as a reducing agent.
Water is acting as a
Reducing agent.
Wait. False. Why? Again, by definition, if any chemical is ready to undergo oxidation, that act as a reducing agent. If any chemical is undergoing reduction, that act as a oxidizing agent.
Reaction.
Then what is an oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is a chemical substance which helps in oxidation but itself undergoes reduction.
Reaction.
Similarly, what is reducing agent? Reducing agent is a chemical which helps in reduction but itself undergoes oxidation. So reducing agent helps in reduction but undergoes oxidation. Oxidizing agent helps in oxidation but undergoes
Reducing.
So in option C, they have given water acting as a reducing agent. So by definition, reducing agent helps in reduction. But it must undergoes oxidation. So in this reaction, which one is undergoing oxidation? Fe. So it acts as reducing agent, and this one acts as oxidizing agent. So C is incorrect. So what about D, sir?
Water is acting as a oxidizing agent.
Water is acting as oxidizing
Oxidizing
agent.
agent.
That is true. So which of the following options are correct?
C.
1, 2, and
4.
4. Therefore, it is option
C.
Any doubts?
Oh, sir.
Perfect, sir. Next question. Question number 4. Yeah, madam.
Which of the following are exothermic process?
So they're asking which of the following are exothermic process. With respect to heat, in last class we discussed about two types of reaction. One is exothermic, another one is
Endothermic.
endothermic. Exothermic reactions are the one in which heat is
Released.
liberated or released. Endothermic reactions are the one in which heat is absorbed. I mentioned one simple condition like what is the specific condition required for the release of heat. Exothermic reactions are the one in which the enthalpy or energy of the products are always less than enthalpy of reactants. Endothermic reactions are the one in which energy or enthalpy of the reactant is less than enthalpy of products. So in case of this question, they're asking which of the following reactions are exothermic, which involves the liberation of heat. Yeah, madam. First one.
Option A, reaction of water with quicklime.
Reaction of water with
Quicklime.
quicklime. What is quicklime?
Calcium.
Calcium.
Oxide.
Then what is lime water? Calcium.
Hydroxide.
Then what is limestone? Calcium carbon. In option 1, reaction of water with quicklime.
Quicklime.
As you already learnt in class 10th, when calcium oxide reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide.
Oxide.
So we know that this is not.
Exothermic process.
This is not.
Exothermic.
Think. What about option 2?
Dilution of an acid.
Dilution of an acid. So dilution of acid is just nothing but we are trying to reduce the concentration of a given acid by adding more quantity of water. Nothing but a solvent. C.
Evaporation of water.
Evaporation of.
Water.
Okay, water gets evaporated into what? Vapor.
Vapor.
So during that evaporation process, whether heat is supplied or heat is liberated? Heat is. Therefore, it is endothermic or exothermic?
Endothermic.
Endothermic. What about last one?
Sublimation of camphor.
Sublimation of camphor. Sublimation of camphor. We know that sublimation is just nothing but it's a chemical process which involves conversion of solids into gas. So again for the sublimation of camphor, whether heat is supplied or heat is released.
Supplied.
Heat is.
Supplied.
Then decide out of the following, which of the following are exothermic reactions. Just think and tell me the answer. 1 and
4.
think. 1 and. Okay, we can move with next question to explain about the fourth one. So just hold it. Is there anybody? Question number 5. Yes, sir. Question number 5 is almost related to the question number 4 only. Just go through question number 5. Yes, sir.
Solid calcium oxide reacts vigorously with
solid calcium oxide. Yeah.
water to form
Reacts vigorously with water to form
calcium hydroxide.
calcium.
Hydroxide.
In question number 4, while explaining option 1, you people are told that when like calcium oxide combines with water, it forms calcium hydroxide, and this reaction is vigorous. Yes.
Accompanied by liberation of heat.
Wait. Accompanied by liberation of
Heat.
With respect to this statement, it is very clear that reaction of water with quicklime is an example of. It's an example of exothermic process. Yes, sir.
This process is called slaking of lime.
This process is called. What is slaking of lime? The process which involves liberation of heat when quicklime is added into the water is called slaking of lime. Continue, sir.
Calcium hydroxide dissolves in water to form its solution called lime water.
Okay, what is lime water? It's an aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide. Yes, sir.
Which among the following is true about slaking of lime and the solution formed?
So now they are asking which of the following statements are true. From this particular statement, it is very clear that slaking of lime is an example of exothermic process. Correct? When it forms calcium hydroxide with respect to acid and base, we know that calcium hydroxide is an example of base. Yes, sir. Option 1.
Option 1, it is an endothermic reaction. Option 2,
Wait. So in option 1, they are given it is an endothermic reaction. Whether it is true or not? False. Second one.
Option 2, it is an exothermic reaction.
That is true. It is an example of exothermic reaction. Option C.
The pH of the resulting solution will be more than 7.
They are given pH of the resulting solution is more than 7. According to pH scale, if your pH is exactly 7, then the solution is said to be. If it is less than 7, acidic. If it is more than 7, base. Since the calcium hydroxide is a base, its pH should be greater than 7. That is also true. Next one.
The pH of the resulting solution will be less than 7.
The given pH of the solution is less than 7, it is false. Therefore, for the above question, it is
2
and 3. Correct?
Option B.
Option
B.
Okay, so now decide what is the correct option for question number 4. It's option A. We know that reaction of water with quicklime is an example of exothermic process, as well as dilution of acid is also an example of exothermic process. So option A. Any doubts?